tragedy of 1938 was born in 1919 at Versailles, where Europe's statesmen, faced by international fear and selfishness, remade the map of Europe. New nations were carved out of a few great empires. In their place there sprung up a host of buffer states, created to ensure peace. But today, those are the very spots where the threat of war is fiercest. Small nations fighting against the theory that might makes right. So Britain takes on the job of trying to keep the peace of Europe.
European peace is what I am aiming at, and I hope that this journey may open the way to get it.
So for the second time, Mr. Chamberlain flies to Germany, to Godesberg on the Rhine. But even while he's on his way, the howling of the press rises to a screaming rage. Radio stations hurl insults across the frontiers. Harsh voices roar threats of force and bloodshed. Men are on the march, even while the drums roll for Mr. Chamberlain's arrival. Even through the talks that aim to find a way of peace, the guns boom from the mountains behind Godesberg as 1 million German men turn field and forest into a practice battleground. Then, as the tension rises almost to breaking point, as the wires hum with the gravest news for 24 years, might is answered with might. Czechoslovakia mobilizes. France will support measures against unprovoked aggression. Russia will denounce non-aggression pacts. Mr. Chamberlain writes a letter, asks for a promise, holds up the negotiations. Now, instead of immediate action, apparently Czechoslovakia is to be given a few days' grace. And as Mr. Chamberlain returns to Britain, who knows, perhaps might...
Now I have come back is to report to the British and French governments the result of my mission. And until I have done that, it would be difficult for me to say anything about it. I will only say this. I trust that all concerned will continue their efforts to solve the Czechoslovak problem peacefully, because on that turns the peace of Europe in our time.